We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish.
Now, y'all heard it for yourself. He made a complete you-know-what of himself with this. Now, I'll answer the first question. Why did President Trump grieve that way? Most people grieve in their own special way. People ask, why did Erica Kirk come before the nation? She felt she had to for her husband and how she needed to grieve. President Trump, he's the president. He can't take a day off to grieve. Let's say President Trump would have said, I'm just really depressed. I'm going through it. He's the leader of the free world, the most powerful man in the world. So you expect him to have a lot of emotion like that? He can't. He grieves how he grieves. Most men, and call it sexist, I'm just calling it like I know for most men, myself included, most men, whenever we have a situation, we work. We go back to regular norms to process things. That's just how we do, because things still got to get done. Some people, for most men, they got a family. They got to take care of. A single mom, let's use a single mom. A single mom that has 3 kids and have a life situation going on. She still got to work those jobs. She still got to take care of her kids. So she's doing what she has to do to get by, even though it's not easy. She's grieving her way. She's processing her way. That's the same thing that President Trump is doing. Jimmy Kimmel made light of it. And now, and I'm going to show y'all what has happened. He thought that this would be funny. Well, Jimmy, you think this is funny? Let's see how funny this is. The report reads, Jimmy Kimmel has been suspended by ABC over comments about the late Charlie Kirk. Was it that funny, Jimmy? Did you really feel that you need to say that? Have some compassion. Whenever George Floyd passed, you didn't do that. Black Lives Matter, you didn't do that. But then someone that you say is a right wing, or extreme right wing rather, which he was not, he was just a logical right wing, that's the one that you want to go after. Makes a lot of sense. Again, Jimmy Kimmel is suspended. And our great president, President Trump, wanted to respond off of via Truth Social. Great news for America. The ratings challenge Jimmy Kimmel's show is canceled. Wow. Congrats to ABC for finally having the courage to do what he had to be done. Kimmel has 0 talent and the worst rating than even Colbert, if that's possible. That leaves Jimmy and Seth, 2 total losers on fake news NBC. Fake news. I had to do it. If it's bad, my bad. I'm not a comedian. Their ratings are so horrible. Do it, NBC. President DJT. That is from our president. Now, you might be thinking, like, I don't understand. You want cancel culture. Here's the thing with cancel culture. If I said something, whenever cancel culture was really popping, if I said something 9 years ago, and I got a chance, let's say, to do the Oscars, shout out to Kevin Hart, I got a chance to do the Oscars, and somebody found some video that I did, now I can't be in the Oscars. If I was going to do a movie, somebody found something that I did or said, now I can't do that. So then you had these little trolls searching online for things you said years ago, whether you said something funny, whether it was a comedic joke, whether it was a way you felt. And then what people do is apologize. And every single person that has apologized for cancel culture, they end up losing it. Anyway, cancel culture called for everything that you've earned. They wanted you to apologize, give to whatever cause they're talking about, say that you're sorry. Again, they want you to be an activist for whatever set group that they weren't happy about. And via, I want to show y'all this real quick, and I'll put the links in the description. All these pictures come from World Start Hip Hop. I'll definitely share that with y'all so that they get the credit. The links will be in the description. But yeah, so Jimmy Kimmel's in a bad situation right now. And you say, why are you laughing? I find it funny because most of the people that are getting canceled now from I think they said over 3,000 jobs that have been canceled from teachers, workers, I think military, just jobs all over, banks, wherever you can think of, hospitals. People have been getting fired. Now, people have gone on social media to go ahead and antagonize, to make fun of a situation. Most of the time on the other side, when cancel culture happened, it was years back. These people, a recent tragic event that people have had to see. Even there's a story about a 5th grade teacher, I believe, showed her students the video. You're showing 5th grade, that's like 9 to 10 years old. You're showing them the video of the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and you think that that's okay. And this is why people are getting what you call cancel. I don't call it cancel. I call it accountability. They're facing accountability because of their actions, just like everybody else would. If I did something out of line, I'd face accountability. There was even a woman that cried on a news network where I think it was for ABC. They terminated her or suspended her because she cried for Charlie Kirk. So either if you're for him or against him, they tend to go at you. I guess they want to try to keep it consistent, whatever. But all I'm saying is that this is not the same thing as cancel culture. People are antagonizing, making light of. This woman Mrs. Kirk is in extreme grieving. People make fun of that. People have parodies of that, of her grieving. And then Jimmy Kimmel just couldn't wait to get his hands in it. And then he did something else where he talked about the shooter was actually a right-wing person, a Trump supporter, which that was what they like to call misinformation or hate speech, as we see. Okay, so this first video isn't the shooter. I'm still looking for that one. But let me show you something else that he's saying. And this is what the extreme other side likes to do whenever it comes to taking accountability. It's always both of us.
We're still trying to wrap our heads around the senseless murder of the popular podcaster and conservative activist Charlie Kirk yesterday, whose death has amplified our anger, our differences. And I've seen a lot of extraordinarily vile responses to this from both sides of the political spectrum.
Extraordinary violent. So which one of the people on the right side was celebrating anything? Which one of the people on the right side was making parodies of anything? I mean, they've been making parodies for Trump for years. And then with this situation, hey, freedom of speech, this is why he died. This is what he wanted. This is what he wanted in life. He died believing what he believed in, and that's what he wanted, guns. He's a racist. And then you have a compilation of videos of Charlie Kirk without any context. It's just video after video after video after video after video, all put together, taking pieces to fit your narrative. I'm a video editor. I know exactly how to do that. I can make people say the worst things. We've seen it on live TV, and I can do it in my personal life. I don't do that, but I'm saying you can do that. You can manipulate the footage to make it seem what you want it to, and that's what they did.
Some people are cheering this, which is something I won't ever understand. And we had another school shooting yesterday in Colorado, the 100th one of the year. And with all these terrible things happening, you would think that our president will at least make an attempt to bring us together. But he didn't. President Obama did. President Biden did. Presidents Bush and Clinton did. President Trump did not.
Let's go back. I want to read these. I want to make sure, see what each person said. Okay, this is President Barack Obama. We don't know yet what motivated the person who shot and killed Charlie Kirk. Yeah. But this kind of despicable violence has no place in our democracy. Michelle and I will be praying for Charlie's family tonight, especially his wife, Erica, and their 2 young children. First off, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if Obama is praying to Muslim God, to universe God. Based off his lifestyle and what he stands for, I wouldn't think it would be our God. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know, and I'm saying that right off the cuff. Maybe I don't know. But him saying that they're going to be praying for it, and then here's the thing that makes me believe that it's not genuine. I'm sure what he's saying is genuine, and as far as it's sad, but we don't know yet what motivated. But when it was George Floyd or any Caucasian cop unaliving or in a situation with an African American, we know off the cuff it's all about race. He was in the wrong neighborhood. It was the wrong time. Every single time it's about race, whether we know or not, we're just going to go with that every single time. Why? Because that makes the most sense to them. Not investigation, not finding out, not verification. No, there's a white cop. He don't like black people. And a lot of these the Caucasian cops have no history of this. But we already know the narrative because they're set black. Charlie Kirk, we don't know the narrative, even though he is a Christian, even though he spoke for the nucleus family, even though he spoke for women and men and how they should be DEI, spoke about trans situations, spoke about homosexuality, and had dialogue with these people. But we don't know. I mean, I haven't seen anybody really on the right, as we call it, disagree with him in a sense of debate him in a situation, or it got about every one of his debates that I've seen, it'd be the far left, the far extremists that would be saying something completely out of pocket, completely disrespectful, insulting, and try to get him off his rocker. However, what has happened is that he has been able to stay calm, poised, and handle it like a champ. But Obama says we don't know. Let's see what the next one says. President Joe Biden. There is no place in our country for this kind of violence. It must end now. Jill and I are praying for Charlie Kirk's family and loved ones. Okay. Very nice, Joe. Appreciate that. I got nothing negative to say. I pray that they're praying to the one true God. Here's what President Bush said. Today, a young man was murdered in cold blood while expressing his political views. It happened on a college campus where an open exchange of opposing ideas should be sacrosanct. Violence and vitriol must be purged from the public square. Members of other political parties are not our enemies. They are our fellow citizens. May God bless Charlie Kirk and his family, and may God guide America towards civility. I agree with that, 100%. Bill Clinton, I am saddened and angered by Charlie Kirk's murder, and I hope we all get through some serious introspection and redouble our efforts to engage in debate passionately, yet peacefully. Hillary and I are keeping Erica and their 2 young children. Sorry, guys, I'm under the weather. Erica and their 2 young children and their family in our prayers. No, Jimmy, President Trump did not tweet. He spoke. He's the one, because of how the media has had fake news, he's the one that revealed to everyone of Charlie Kirk's passing. Then he spoke about him. So I'm glad these other presidents said what they said, and thank you. However, President Trump spoke about it. This is what I'm talking about, where Jimmy Kimmel is leaving out the information. President Trump did speak about it, and I have my video on the channel. You can check it out. But President Trump did speak about it.
President Trump did not. Instead, he blamed Democrats for their rhetoric. We're still trying to wrap.
Ridiculous.
Jimmy Kimmel Live has been canceled indefinitely. The show's been around since 2003. This is due to his remarks after Charlie Kirk's death. If you were like me and did not know what Jimmy Kimmel said, here it is.
We had some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points.
An ABC spokesperson said that Jimmy Kimmel Live will be preempted indefinitely. The announcement came tonight after at least one major operator of ABC-affiliated stations said it would not broadcast the show for the foreseeable future. Operator Nexstar said it strongly objects to recent comments made by Mr. Kimmel concerning the killing of Charlie Kirk and will replace the show with other programming in its ABC-affiliated markets. FCC Chair Brendan Carr said that Kimmel's remarks constituted the sickest conduct possible. Just a side note, FCC stands for Federal Communications Commissions. Carr suggested his FCC could move to revoke ABC affiliate licenses as a way to force Disney to punish Kimmel. He goes on.
Real quick, did you hear that? He said the sickest ever. Jimmy. The sickest? You don't see nothing wrong with that. I'm not making light of this. It might sound a little funny, but You've been around for a long time. And it takes a new low. You hit the new low, Jimmy.
To say we can do this the easy way or the hard way. These companies can find ways to change conduct and take actions on Kimmel, or there's going to be additional work for the FCC ahead. Carr added that the broadcasters, including ABC, have a license granted by us at the FCC, and that comes with it an obligation to operate in the public interest. Look, I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel, I don't watch any late night shows, so it's not really affecting me, but when I saw this, I was like, wait, Jimmy Kimmel's been around forever. Jimmy...
Not longer, forever. Forever is forever. He's been around for a finite time, and unfortunately for him, that time has ended. But hey, you do stupid things, you play by stupid rules, you get stupid results, you get stupid consequences. Next video.
So is Jimmy Kimmel out of a job? We've got some breaking news. ABC has pulled Jimmy Kimmel Live off the air indefinitely for his controversial remarks that he made following the Charlie Kirk assassination. You can look up whatever comments he made. Trump, MAGA, Tyler Robinson. He said something like, in between finger pointing, there was some grieving. And yeah, it rubbed people the wrong way. So there's that. I don't know what this means for his show or his career, but
It means his show is over. His show is done. His show is no more. His show has been canceled. His show is on the shelf. His show indefinitely is no longer with us. Next video.
With Jimmy Kimmel doing in his monologue a accusation and an assertion and an allegation that Tyler Robinson was in fact a member of MAGA. I mean, it's off the charts. What has to happen for Jimmy Kimmel to lose his job? I mean, the ratings are bad. That's not enough. When is it enough? With Jimmy Kimmel.
This guy, Eric Bulldog 1, is a fortune teller. He said what should happen, and look at that. It has happened. This is just the consequences. I'm not mocking him. I'm just saying what is real, what has happened. This is what you do. You play stupid games. You win stupid prizes. Next video.
We have major news right now. The Trump administration is going after Jimmy Kimmel, saying that Jimmy Kimmel should possibly be placed on suspension or disciplined in some way, shape, or form for suggesting that the suspected shooter of Charlie Kirk was a MAGA supporter. Yes, I'm serious. Brendan Carr, the chairman, says that, quote, these actions we can take on licensed broadcasters. It's long past time that Comcast and Disney say, quote, we're not going to run Kimmel anymore because we licensed broadcasters are running the possibility of fines or license revocation from the FCC. He's actively threatening these major media networks if they don't pull Kimmel, suspend Kimmel, or discipline him in some way. Why? Simply because Kimmel suggested that Tyler Robinson, was a MAGA supporter, when in reality, we don't know what his motive was, and he very well could be a MAGA supporter. He came from a MAGA family. Spread the word. Follow along for all the news you need to know about. I'll just say this.
I got to stop him right there. There's proof from I believe it was the governor of Utah that said that he had far left extreme ways, and he had a chat. There's a lot about it that I will be covering in the coming days. But yeah, we do know that he was for left. His family, I'll say this, his family was Republican. His family was for Trump. His family wanted to make America great again. I'll say it because people seem to forget what MAGA means, make America great again, which we should. So, yes, we do know. These are just the choices. These are the ramifications for the choices that we make. Sometimes you can be too woke, and sometimes you can go too left. And now his show has left the network. On to the next topic. Next, we have Hasan Piker. This guy right here. He is a famous Twitch streamer, far left, related to the Young Turks CEO Chink. Yeah, he had a lot to say, and we're going to actually cover that or react to that of what was said.
A lot of people are demanding that you grieve for a person that has not grieved for people like yourself and has actually used every single opportunity to continue advancing a very violent agenda.
And time. It's been about 48 hours until Hasan tried to make this fit his narrative.
To say political violence is completely unacceptable in a civilized society. It should not happen. I'm with you. That's my take.
Hasan's just doing damage control because he's part of the problem.
I'm sick and tired of it. Left-wingers, liberals, you need to be showing your opponent's guts on there, okay? You need to be gutting them. You need to be shanking these and letting their intestines just ride on stage. What the is this man?
Whoa, I thought he was against political violence. There's no way he double downs on this.
It's hurt poor people that they can afford housing in Berkeley. I don't know how that works.
My understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those and murder those in the street. Let the streets soak in their red capitalist bloods.
Okay, so this is his views. I don't vote for any killing on either side, but you clearly see what he's saying. This hasn't been put out of the context. There's no, I was joking. I was talking about it in a metaphorical state. No, he is saying what he means and means what he say. Hold him at his word. I mean, if Trump said that, you wouldn't hear the end of it. If any right-wing person said that, you wouldn't hear the end of it.
You understand? There was never a moment where I've ever advocated for violence against Charlie Kirk. I have.
We don't want you to grieve, Hasan. We just want your side to hold a little bit of accountability. But you won't. You never will. You'll never change. And we're stuck here just allowing you guys to be platformed, pushing these very extremely violent rhetorics, which is very ironic, but I don't think you understand irony.
These are the individuals in this space that is saying they're not calling for violence, but yet they are. And then the man's not even buried yet. And we shouldn't mourn for someone. We shouldn't. These are what you call heartless parasites. They have no soul. And what it is that when a person that's soul is like this is why they're like this. That's why I'm not shocked. It's sickening, but I'm not shocked because they have no soul. They have no morals. They don't live by any kind of moral compass. They live by today. They live as free as the demons did back in the day when the flood happened. The giants, angels, and everything like that. So they're not anybody that you should respect their views in a sense of what human life is. They don't respect human life. And you know what I'm saying? It's all about choice. It's all about what's best for them. They don't look at it about a person. They a clump of cells, or he didn't agree with me, things happen, it sucks, it's sad, but this is life. That's all they are. So there's no point. But from what I'm hearing is that Hasan, a lot of people are calling for him to be banned from Twitch, like the next person that we have. And that brings us to the next person, Destiny.
Why can't you condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk?
Because it wasn't my side that caused it. It should be the one that is driving up
the rhetoric. It actually was your side that caused it. It was your side.
This guy was raised in a white Christian
household.
He was a radicalized leftist
ideology.
He wasn't radicalized by leftism at all. You have no proof of that whatsoever.
That's what the investigators are saying.
Was a conservative, just like the people that firebombed Shapiro's house was a conservative, just like all the J6ers were conservative, just like the Proud Boys were conservative. Every single one of these people. Oh, it's Jack Brzovic. What, the author of Unhuman, another person that Charlie's supporting.
I'll give you one last chance, Destiny, to condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk.
Yes, you are acting like a non-human.
Why can't I hear Donald Trump condemn violence in this country?
All right, you won't condemn it. Okay, we've all heard.
That's insane.
We've all heard you repeatedly refuse to condemn it.
And we've heard Donald Trump refuse to condemn it too. But for some reason, the leftists on YouTube are a bigger deal. Unbelievable.
Yeah, what's incredible is you don't have the basic humanity to condemn it. You'd rather taunt his widow. I find that sickening. Why can't you condemn the murder of...
You heard it from Piers Morgan show. He taunts Mrs. Kirk. He's not sorry for it. He's arrogant about it. And when people are that far gone, they're just dark. Darkness all around them. If you don't know a lot about Destiny, I suggest you look it up. Here's a few things. He was married, had an open marriage. open marriage with men, women, and anything in between. He's very far left. There was a Trump supporter whenever President Trump almost got unalived. There was a Trump supporter that died, and he said, well, he shouldn't have been there. When you got a person like that, there's no reasoning with them. They're worse than the Terminator. And I don't know if you remember the Terminator show or movie, but even Arnold felt some compassion for John Connor. This guy, Destiny, he's just so blinded and soulless and heartless. And when you're not of God, this is who you are. You are of the dark, complete darkness. Let's look at the next video.
Destiny, I have a question for you. Why do you think in your campaign for everyone to dial down the temperature, why do you think that mocking the grieving widow of Charlie Kirk when she posts an image of her at the coffin side, why do you think that constitutes turning down the temperature?
You can't turn down the temperature on your own. The president of the United States is not
the temperature.
able.
You're mocking his widow.
You're
mocking his widow.
We've had multiple political assassinations over the past year. What do you mean it's turning up the temperature?
Why did you mock his widow?
Online
Why did you mock his widow?
Because she's being used as a political weapon right now
Wow.
for conservatives to continue. What do you mean? Wow, she's literally doing.
Her husband just got murdered
on email. Yeah, and she's using it to drive up recruitment for.
Soulless, heartless, darkness. Soulless, heartless, darkness. For you to say that. People grieve differently. And she's doing everything that she can to show strength. She believes this is what Charlie would have desired. And he, Lord High Destiny Executioner, believes that he is the one, the only one, that can say what people should do, how they should grieve, how they should be. Yet he doesn't have feelings, apparently, according to this video and many others.
You can't even condemn the murder. You won't condemn it.
Can't even tell his side.
You're so deranged.
So if President Trump condemns, then you will. Let me tell you exactly what will happen. We'll get back to the video. If President Trump does exactly what Destiny says, Destiny still will not do it. Guarantee you. Destiny is one of those that do what I say and I'm going to do what I want to do. That is how he operates. He needs President Trump. He says he's just a YouTuber, but this little YouTuber is demanding that the most powerful man in the world that could shut everything down for you to say turn down the temperature. We didn't turn the temperature up, but we need to turn it down. Fascinating.
About Trump,
you
cannot condemn the murder because you're waiting for Donald Trump to say something.
Off of it.
All right, let me bring in Jack. Let me bring in Jack Posobiec. I gotta say,
there's still no answer to that question, Piers. You can't say
which question?
Why can't Donald Trump simply go on TV?
First of all, he doesn't answer for Donald Trump. Donald Trump spoke before the nation twice in one day about the situation to reassure the people that this has to end. But Destiny wants, this is what Destiny would like. And I'll get back to the video. What Destiny would want what President Trump to say, my fellow Americans. I can't even do the accent. My throat's messed up. My fellow Americans. We need to calm it down. The left wouldn't have no reason to attack us if we would just be more peaceful. Let's lead by example and sit down and talk and reason and try to understand each other. Wait, someone tried doing that. And what happened? So the temperature were already turned down, Destiny. Y'all turned it up. From your rhetoric, y'all said that he's a fascist. Y'all said that he's a racist. Y'all said that he was a misogynist. Y'all said that he spread hate speech. He don't like America. He wants to destroy everybody. But we're the ones that need to turn it down. Gotta love it.
And say we all need to turn it down. Fine. Like Biden could, like Obama could.
No. We don't all need to do something. Perfect example is like this. Let's say I come and hit you because you said something that I didn't like. You said, I don't like the way you sound on YouTube. Cool. So then I come and hit you. And then the police come. You're trying to retaliate. And the police say, hey, what's going on? You're like, he hit me. Well, he said he didn't like my voice. So then the police is like, listen, can't y'all just both get along? Officer, he broke my arm. He broke in my house. And he made my wife scared. He made my children scared. Listen, you need to turn the temperature down a little bit. That man would be infuriated. That is what he's asking President Trump to do. Insane.
Like the Clintons could, like Kamala could. Why not?
Why can't you condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk?
It's unbelievable. I'm not the president
Why
of the United States.
can't you condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk?
Unbelievable to me.
Why can't you condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk?
Because it wasn't my side that caused it. It should be the one that is driving up
it
the
actually
rhetoric.
was your side that caused it. It was your side.
This guy was raised in a white Christian
He was a
household,
radicalized
in a Christian
leftist
state.
ideology.
He wasn't radicalized by leftism at all. You have no proof of that whatsoever.
That's what
Just
the
like
investigators
the one that killed
are
Melissa
saying.
Was a conservative, just like the people that firebombed Shapiro's house was a conservative, just like all the J6ers were conservatives, just like the Proud Boys were conservatives.
Okay, we already seen that part. Let's see what the next video's about.
So here recently, a guy named Destiny, he's a left-wing influencer, has said some few words, and as a Christian, I can't stand by and let these words go aside. And of course, he's on the left, and I've never agreed with anything he said, but suggesting people should fear losing their life at events, that's not political commentary, that's reckless. Life is sacred, created by God, not something to toy with. Using fear and death as strategy shows complete disregard for truth. It's the opposite of hope and the opposite of Christ. I've always thought Destiny's worldview is broken, but this feels like something more, like pure darkness, plain and simple. No,
pure demonic is the word he's searching for.
No one grounded in truth would ever speak this way. We don't need more fear in our nation. We need faith, courage, and leaders who value our soul. Division won't be solved by threats of danger. It will be solved by living with integrity and pointing back to God. Destiny's words should be condemned, not excused. Because words matter. They either build up or they tear down. And when you speak of death as a tool, you're playing with fire. I reject his sentiments completely because I stand for life. I stand for peace and for the truth of God's word. We need more light in this world, not more darkness. So if you agree with this, stand firm in truth and don't give in to fear. Because in the end, God's truth always wins. And Lord Jesus, I pray that you will grab a hold of Destiny's heart and convict the mess out of it and draw him to you. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. I agree 1,000%. As a follower of Christ, I am in agreement with you, brother. I'm in agreement with you, White Fox Media, 100%. Let's go to the next video.
I got one question for you, and I want you to actually answer it. Are you glad Charlie Kirk is dead?
No, I don't think anybody in this country should be dying to political violence. It's insane. The past 5 years in this country has been crazy. But the reality is, until conservatives,
so then why did you say to your co-host that Trump deserved the bullet? Why did you tell him that?
Until conservatives have to say, hey, we all need to be less violent, there's no purpose in Democrats doing it, because every time Democrats disavow, you further entrench your guys' delusional beliefs that all the violence is coming on the left. Donald Trump can go on TV, he can say, Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. They can go on Parler and say, we heard you. They can go to the Capitol and break in and try to insurrect. They can get convicted in front of a jury, and then Donald Trump can pardon them, and we can come out and go, hey guys, why aren't Democrats disavowing violence enough? And pretend that the problem is coming from the left. Democrats do a disservice to this country by disavowing violence constantly when the president of the United States
Let me respond
won't go on TV and say all of us need to be less violent.
Destiny, so the thing is, why did you say to your co-host
keep focusing on me.
the bullet
No, it's the point is that you did say that. If you're saying that the president should get a bullet, that is inciting violence, is it not? And of course they're going to use January 6th. When Trump said protest peacefully, nope. Black Lives Matter, many other, Antifa, burned cities, blew up streets and neighborhoods, looted, which if you're trying to make your voice heard, I don't know why you're stealing. That makes any sense. You're just a thief. And that's okay. I didn't hear Destiny's part on that. He's like, what do you expect? What do you expect? Fight. But then they go peacefully protest. And yes, you're going to have some people that do stuff, but there's a lot of situation. Again, I would have to get too deep into it, which I don't want to do. We'll do that another time. If people comment on this and they want me to do it, I will. But specifically for this situation, he's talking out of both sides of his mouth. He is a dark person, completely dark. Let's go to the next video. This is a shame.
Need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature.
Destiny just get banned from Kick? This would make me so happy. I would make the biggest comes ever. He posted unreal. At Elon Musk and other conservatives just got me banned from Twitch. My entire income is gone now. So much for the party of free speech. But is the dude who's been accused of grooming multiple minors and admittedly has child pornography on his computer lying to us? He actually got banned from Twitch back in 2022 for his hateful conduct, and he's been on Kick ever since then. This dude, just like Hasan Hasan Piker, exists on the internet only to incite violence and create further division. And don't get me wrong, there's people on the right who do it as well, and they should be held accountable just as much as the people on the left who do it. What I can't figure out for the life of me is why the FBI hasn't gone and checked his hard drive, considering it's been reported to them that he straight up admitted and showed that he has CP on his computer. I know there's a lot of different issues going on here all at once, but what do y'all think about this? Let me know down.
I think that he has a lot more issues than worrying about political side at this point. That's a lot of information that I was aware of, but he said it, not me. If you guys want me to go through that, investigate that, and talk about that, just leave it in the comments, like this video, let me know. But wow. But guys, tonight, that is all the time that we have. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I enjoyed doing this. Again, I'm sorry, it's subpar. It's not my best, I'll admit to that. I'm not feeling well, but I'm doing the best that I can. No excuse. But each week, each day will get better. And I look forward to talking to you. Thank you guys for joining me. Peace out.